check that out. So we're cruising along through Illinois now, made our way through Indiana, and yes, it is still raining, and it's just a swampland out here. Everything is just full of water. Like, look all the way over there. Like, it's damn near getting ready to flood out here. We were just going through, well, we went over, like, so there's an oil dredge out there. I can see this oil dredge out there in the middle of what is normally a field. And it's just it's a lake right now. So all this stuff to the left and right of us is normally just like farmland, and it's all just flooded. But yeah, a few miles back, just before I brought you in here, we went over a bridge that went over this river, and the river was about to crest. Like, it was like right at the level of the very bottom of the bridge. So it was starting to like backflow up into this. So we go through these woody areas like this, and it's all just filled with water, where it would normally be just drier. So there you go. So there's another one, another little river like that. It's like almost the very, bottom edge of the bridge. Freaking just raining like for days and days and days out here, non-stop. We just can't seem to get our asses out of this freaking weather, man. I don't know. But I'll tell you, the fortunate thing is we're out of Georgia, because Georgia's supposed to be getting hammered pretty heavily, or is getting hammered pretty heavily right now, currently, as I speak. I was about to say it futuristically, but I believe it was just for today, and it was supposed to pass over or something like that. But like, I guess the big concern for them out there in Georgia right now, and I think Alabama and Arkansas, and maybe a couple other places, is tornadoes is their biggest concern out there right now. So yeah, I mean, we got our asses out of there yesterday, just in time. And I mean, it was barely just in time, because it wasn't as if we weren't in it ourselves. We were in it all day yesterday. Torrential. And now we have, it's not raining so bad right now. I mean, it's raining, yeah, but the winds are fucking knocking us silly too here, so yeah, whatever. But that's crazy. Yeah, it's flooding out here. So I just figured I'd bring you in here and show you that. So yeah, we're still I-64 westbound. Illinois, mile marker 101. And we'll be coming into Mount Vernon here shortly, probably in another, looks like about 20 miles or so. Which, not just but 3 weeks ago, was frozen solid. It was actually permafrost. Yeah. Not but just 3 weeks ago, I was stuck out there for 3 or 4 days or whatever it was. I think 2.5 days in all actuality. Well, no, then you had the day that I was stuck over there in Wood River or something like that. That does add that third day, so 3.5 days. All due to cold and snow. So, by the way, it is 6:50 now. We just made a quick as possible, quick as we can make it, pit stop over a Flying J or a Pilot. About 45 minutes degrees out here right now, and yeah, 3.5 weeks ago, it was 0. So, shoot, even below, even a couple degrees below 0. So, heck of a difference. So there you go, just a little tidbit for you, so we'll see you in a bit.
This freaking dog is a freaking freak.
Well, good morning to you. No, I'm not gonna say command. Give me a couple more hours of sleep. That's a command. Good morning to you. Good morning. Say good morning, Max. Good morning, Max. Yes, he's in the big boy seat this morning. And we are getting ready to depart TA Forestville, Missouri. Right now. We're ready to do it right now. Right this very moment. Right at this very moment. New communist slogan. At this moment. Just gotta find our way out of here. That's all. I think we can find our way out of here this way. I think. Over there wishing to see some people to bark at, of course. But that's not going to happen.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Missouri West.
Turn left? What? Oh, I get it. Alright. The overpass. Not even one sip of coffee yet.
Turn
Here
left at the traffic light, then take the first right.
Yeah. Oh boy, that'll help. That'll start to help momentarily.
Turn right at the traffic light.
Good job, Sheila D. You actually got it right this morning. She did not conspire against me while I was asleep last night, so that's good. Well, I don't know, actually, maybe not. I mean, not that I'm aware of quite yet, but I am still waking up. to Friday already. It's just amazing. It's amazing how fast the time goes out here. So Friday, March 19th, 2021. I'm hoping spring isn't coming. The current local time out here in Missouri is 8:35 in the a.m. And it did get really cold last night, actually. Really cold. And so cold that it's even still down at 36 degrees as we depart here at 8:30 in the morning. The puddles were frozen. It's crazy. And we slept with the truck off. Yes, we did. We slept with the truck off all night. And I slept so hard that I never really got up. I did get up a couple of times. But when I got up, it wasn't like, oh, this is so cold, I need to turn the truck on. I was pretty comfortable under the covers, so I just kept getting back under the covers, leaving the truck off, and then, I don't know what time it was. It must have been like 4 a.m. maybe. It was probably 4 a.m.-ish. The truck started beeping at me, right? This like alert. And I've heard it do it before, and I had always had my suspicions. And what it is it's alerting you that the battery is getting too low, right? And I was like, oh shit, I better go, try and fire up the truck. And I did, and it barely cranked over. It just barely cranked over and fired up, man. I was like, wow. So that's what happened when I was out in Oregon. In Portland a couple weeks ago, where I left it running, or left it, off all night. I do remember it doing that beeping at me and just ignoring it, because I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be fine. And it wasn't. I had to get to them. So that happened last night, and I took the warning and used it, and man, it barely wanted to start up. I would have been so pissed if it didn't. I would have freaking thrown just an absolute freaking tantrum if it hadn't started. I just would have thrown a tantrum, because it was at that point getting really cold. At that point, I was like, damn, it's freaking cold in here. I want the truck started. So if it hadn't started, it would have just been all like Hurricane Kel would have gone off in there. It's not sunrise. It's a couple hours past sunrise, I guess. An hour and a half past sunrise, maybe. I had set my alarms for, I think we rolled in last night about 11 or 11:30. So, there's only so much you can do. You can't get underway until your clock resets anyways. Judge Max. So I set my alarm for like 6:11, and then one for like 6:37 or something, right? About a half an hour spread. And that would have gotten me up a little bit earlier than we would have been able to leave. And the thing is, it's so cold out there. It wasn't really worth taking and using that time to do anything, pre-trip, right? So I I just went back to sleep. And woke up with my third alarm that I think I had set for 7:30, which gave me like exactly enough time to get up and get ready and get back on duty by the time my clock reset. City limit, Warrenton. Population 667,000 some odd. And apparently Keith Huff and Leaf Bison is two of them. According to that billboard sign back there. Yep. So this is, as I've mentioned in the past, this is I-70 through Missouri, right? Missouri. And it's just basically, last night, and I'll tell you this too, last night, it was just freaking boring. It was still just boring. And I did not want to deal with St. Louis. I just didn't want to deal with it. I was tired of going through these big cities when it's raining like that. And I know what it's like going through, St. Louis. It can get really messy over there even when it's not raining. So it was pouring so heavily, right? So I'm like looking for bypasses that I could take, and there was basically two options. Both of them, required me to take the 255, which is basically, crosses the 70, and so you could take 255 north and go up, and then take the 270 west, and then you would meet up with the 70, or you could take the 255 south and take that down to back onto the 64, and then the 64 comes up and joins up with the 70 a good ways down past like St. Charles and all that. Well, the better of the two options was the northbound one, right? It would have been the faster and less out of the way miles. So I chose it. And I was like, yeah, I better just pull up Google Maps and make sure that, the traffic is rolling smooth through there. Because I could see that in St. Louis, the traffic wasn't rolling smooth. And that was part of my decision, right? There was actually a road closure on 70 somewhere right down there in St. Louis. It was eastbound, but it's still a closure, so you never know what can happen. So I look, and sure enough, up on 270 on the north side, there was an area of like 15 or 20 miles where it was closed going westbound. It might actually have been both ways. So I had to reroute, and it's a good thing I didn't just go with it, because we would have gotten freaking stuck way worse going the northbound side. So I checked the bottom side, the south end side. Takes got the 64, and everything was all green. And so we took that, and man, what a freaking nice drive. I mean, it was so just chill and relaxed. There wasn't very many trucks out there. There wasn't very many, daily motorists out there or nothing. Why this truck is slowing down all of a sudden, I don't know why. Because cars are getting ready to pass me. There you go. I don't know why that always happens. It always seems to happen. As soon as I start catching up to a truck in front of me and cars come around to pass me, the truck slows down for some reason. I don't know why. But it was just a nice, calm, relaxing drive around St. Louis. And yeah, it took us out of the way by a little bit, but it was so well worth it. And I bet you, I don't know, but I'd be willing to bet that we actually saved time doing it. Based on all the trucks that were driving westbound alongside of me. that we're all going to be heading towards St. Louis, and the way they were driving because of the rain. Shit. So I'm going to have to keep that one in the memory banks as a good bypass for around St. Louis. And I didn't get lost, so, you know, I didn't take any wrong turns. That was amazing. It's just a long, you know, whatever. Let me see. What's the mile marker? 189 miles right now from this point out to Kansas, I guess. And so from back in St. Louis, it's probably whatever 220 or 230, right? 230 mile long stretch, and it's all just like kind of like suburban area. Like right now you see some grassy fields to the right and left of us, but it's all like either business or residential area all the whole way. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's just, it never becomes like rural at all along here. So because of that, there tends to be a lot of traffic through here, or there can be.
Just tell when he brings up hill.
So I don't know. It's probably my least favorite. My least favorite stretch on I-70 is going through Missouri. And of course, you know, towards the end of summer, all you see is cornfields. You see just corn everywhere. You know, everywhere you go out here. You see that pretty much in all these states out here. Yep. So, anyways, that's that's about it for my morning blathering. So I'll let you go. We'll see you a little later. Take care. And welcome to Kansas City, Missouri. Currently, but not for long. Still I-70 westbound. And not down. No, sir. We're live 55 here in Kansas City. Oh boy.
In 1 mile, keep left to I-70 alternate.
Yes, we had ourselves a bit of an option there. It's an option that we've had in the past and that we took in the past to run up 435, I think. And here you go. Let me zoom in a little bit here. the 29 and take that northbound up into Nebraska.
Be in the left lane.
And I did that the last time I came out this way. I think I was actually headed to Portland then too. And I don't know, honestly, Nebraska's just bad. Eh. You know.
In 1 mile, keep left on I-670.
So I've opted to stay on 70 and go back pretty much. Max, get out of there! That damn fucking dog, man. He always freaking, like at the worst times, it seems like. He'll freaking. There we go. Welcome. Wait a minute. Oh, welcome to Missouri. Welcome Center. Like the worst times when I need to be working the pedals, he'll just decide that it's time to come up on, you know, on the floor underneath my feet there. Freaking dog. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So what was I saying? Jeez. So I've opted to.
Inside the tunnel, make a slight left turn on I-670.
To just go back the way we came. I-70 through Kansas out to
Be
Denver.
in either of the 2 left lanes.
And then run 25 northbound up 280 into Wyoming, up into Cheyenne. And then 80
Continue on
westbound.
I-670.
I don't know. I mean, it's just not that often. I've done I-80 through Nebraska far more times than I've done I-70 through Kansas. So. And honestly, the other day, despite the weather, it was a nice drive through Kansas. It just was. It was mostly flat and fast. Light traffic for the most part. So hopefully it's going to be that way today. Let's see if I can spot the freaking state line sign this time. I always miss it. I never know exactly where the freaking state line is here when I go through here. Coming up. Let's see. Kansas City, city limit. That's that sign. And that's it. I think we've gone over it. Well, wait a minute. There's a river right here. So it's got to be this river right here. It's more even like a canal than anything. But there's so I don't see the sign. I do not see the freaking sign. It tells me I'm in Kansas now. I mean, I know when we're not in Kansas anymore. I just don't know when we actually make it in. So there we go. There's the one mile marker right there. So somewhere it was back there. I never see it. I never see it in either direction. I never see it when I'm going into Missouri or when I'm going into Kansas, east or westbound. I always miss it. Wait a minute. Here we go. That's a sign right there on the right. Okay, so I have seen it. There we go. Kansas welcomes you right there. Okay. So I have seen that sign before. I take that all back. Yeah. It's the Missouri one that I still haven't seen, I don't think. I don't know. Who knows these things? Max is trying to sneak his beak up my shirt right now for some reason. I think he's probably about ready for a potty break here. I know I'm getting yeah, it's getting to be about that time for myself too, actually. So, let's see, what time we got here? It is now 11:29 in the AM local time. back rather. It's like you lose an hour, but you're really gaining one. It's like, hey, I've been driving for 2 hours and the clock doesn't reflect it. What the fuck is going on? Max just sounded like a squeaky toy. Stepping on his paws because he freaking got himself all worked up underneath my freaking on the floorboard over here where the pedals are. So I figure I'm just gonna step on him until he squeaks. Of course, he thinks we're playing. He's like, "Oh, this is fun." Ouch! That's a lot of fun. Max, get back. This is not play area here. You gotta freaking learn it. I don't know what to do to teach him. That this is a no-no area. Like, I just don't know what to do to teach him. I've tried smacking him and everything, yelling at him, pushing him back, stepping on his freaking paws. He doesn't care. He just wants to be up there. I don't know. Let's see. It looks like we got a parking area up here, 3 miles, kind of like a rest area, parking area. So I think that may just be the ticket. Yep, it's about time for a break. We've been at it 3 hours. That's, that's better than 2. Looks like it's an inspection station primarily. Vehicle inspection, truck parking, truck staging. Yep, it's an inspection station primarily. Whatever, they can inspect our urine. They can inspect our pee-pees and our poo-poos. I'm sorry.
Come on, let's go. Running man says, let's go.
Right. And you got all these four-wheelers taking up truck parking. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What are all these freaking four-wheelers doing taking up truck parking spots? Like, seriously. What a bunch of freaking jerkwaters.
You are going the wrong way down the street.
I'm going to jump on 670. Come on, let's go.
Listen to this guy just bitching at the world because he needs to get on the 670. He's like, me, I need to get on the 670, everybody. So, I love it. You get so many people who are like that. They just think the road is just theirs. They're like, get out of the way. Dude, like, what do you think, it's just about you, right? Like, oh, get out of your way? Right. Oh, okay, yeah. You know what, buddy? I got shit to do too. Wow. This road does not fucking just belong to you, but you gotta know it. I need to get on the 670. Like, yeah, guess what? So does freaking 500,000 other freaking people right now. It's stupid. You know, deal with it. You're going through a big city. It's the same every big city that you go through. It's the same thing. You deal with other people. It's amazing. And these guys have been doing this 20 and 30 years and they're still like that. They're like that every time, every day. Every day, all day, every time. Yep, it's bananas. So anyways, we gotta go take care of business. So we'll see you all in a bit. Okie dokie. Let's get this show back on the road here, shall we? We'll see you in a bit. We got a local time now, 12:22 in the p.m. A sunny 48 degrees outside. Got about 800 foot elevation and 1,924 miles to go. So I wish you were all doing very well. I hope you are all doing very well. And we will see you somewhere down the road here. So take care. See you.
This freaking dog is a freaking freak.